Imagine standing shoulder to shoulder with 299 warriors, no retreat, no surrender, facing an army so vast it blotted out the sun. This is not a legend. This was Thermopylae, the narrow pass where 300 Spartans made their last stand against the mighty Persian Empire. Today, we will uncover the truth behind the legend, the real history behind the 300 Spartans, and how their sacrifice changed the course of Western civilization. It is 480 BCE. The Persian king Xerxes I commands one of the largest armies the ancient world had ever seen. Estimates range from 100,000 to over 2 million soldiers, though historians believe it was closer to 100,000 to 150,000. Kyrgyz's goal: conquer all of Greece and avenge his father Darius's defeat a decade earlier at Marathon. But Greece was not a unified country. It was a collection of fiercely independent city states. Athens had its navy, but Sparta had warriors. When the Persian invasion came, Greek leaders knew they could not face such a force head on. They needed a choke point, a place where numbers would not matter. That place was Thermopylae, meaning the hot gates, a narrow pass between steep mountains and the Aegean Sea. Sparta's king Leonidas I led a small advance force of just 300 elite Spartan hoplites, but they were not alone. Alongside them were around 7,000 Greek allies from other city states, all determined to delay the Persian advance. The Spartan soldiers were not ordinary. From the age of 7, boys entered the agog, a brutal military training system that forged discipline, endurance, and obedience. At Thermopylae, these men fought in the phalanx formation, shoulder to shoulder, shields overlapping, spears braced, an unbreakable wall of bronze and courage. For 2 days, the Greeks held the pass. Wave after wave of Persian infantry, archers, and even the elite immortals were cut down. The narrow terrain of neutralized Persian numbers. Xerxes reportedly watched in disbelief as his men were slaughtered by a few thousand Greeks who refused to yield. But no defense lasts forever. A local Greek named Ephialtes betrayed his homeland, revealing a hidden mountain path that allowed the Persians to flank the Greek position. At night time, the Persian soldiers used the secret path told by Ephialtes the traitor, used this secret path to surround the Spartans. When Leonidas learned of this betrayal, he knew the battle was lost, yet he chose to stay. With his 300 Spartans, 700 Thespians, and 400 Thebans to buy time for the rest of the Greece. The next morning, the Spartans fought to the death. Their spears broke, their swords shattered, but they fought on with bare hands and teeth. Surrounded, exhausted, yet unbroken, they fell beneath a storm of arrows. As Herodotus wrote, they fought with their swords, if they had them, and with their hands and teeth if they had not. The Persians won the battle, but the Greeks won the story. Leonidas' sacrifice became a rallying cry. Just months later, at Salamis and Platae, united Greek forces crushed the Persian invasion. Thermopylae proved that courage, discipline, and unity could defy overwhelming odds. Centuries later, the 300 Spartans still embody the idea that freedom is worth any price. Even modern military study the tactics, and the defiance continues to inspire art, film, and politics. Hollywood makes them legends, but the truth is even more powerful. They were not superhumans, they were humans. They stood, knowing they would die, not for glory, but to give their people a fighting chance. In the end, Thermopylae wasn't just a battle, it was a message that even against impossible odds, courage can echo through eternity. Remember them, subscribe for more epic history stories.